Oh man, that's hot. Holy cow. Check this out. Oh yeah, this is my K-Cup haul, as they say on the Insta. Um, yeah, so my wife she went to the grocery store yesterday and got all of our sale coffee. It's like clockwork. I know it. You know, once that coffee drawer gets a little bit skimpy, it gets magically full of a bunch of K-Cups. But let's see what was on sale this week. Starting with my least favorite of all time, Lavazza. Sorry, Lavazza. I don't know. There's something in this that tastes a little bit more watery, like tea. Not my favorite. My wife loves it, and guess what? It was on sale. Uh, an oldie but a goodie. I have not had this in a while, which means it hasn't been on sale in a while. Thank you, Green Mountain or grocery store putting on sale in Nantucket. This stuff is really good. I mean, this is like Javalia good for me. I don't know how to describe it with the coffee lingo. Sorry, coffee people. Back by popular demand, well, me, finally on sale. We talked about this in the first video, the Donut Shop. This is a staple coffee. Love it. Very close to Javalia. Love it. I mean, you can't go wrong with Donut Shop. If you're looking for a good K-Cup, just buy this stuff. It's good. And as I'm rearranging the coffee drawer, guess what's in the back? Boom! That's right. That's the Javalia. And I'm drinking that today. And I'm drinking it in this fancy new cup. Check this guy out. Can you see all that? It's pretty rad. Thermos. It's the double insulation thing like Yeti, and it's from Starbucks. So my wife got a pro tip on, I don't know, one of the many people that she follows on Instagram that do really cool things and have really cool stuff going on. This is the refill cup from Starbucks. And if you're a Starbucks drinker, you like going to Starbucks, there's a Starbucks close by, go buy this cup. Apparently, it sells out every year really fast, even before Christmas. It's expensive. It's about $40. It's the double insulation one, so it keeps coffee super hot, as we found out with the whole drinking my coffee in the morning experience we just had. But the cool thing about this cup is that when you buy it in the month of January, every day, at least this is what I know about it from what my wife has told me, every day in the month of January, if you have this cup, you take it through the drive-through into Starbucks and you get free coffee every day in this cup for the entire month of January. So that's, I don't know, what, 30 days, right? 30 days in January. I think 31. So for that many days, free coffee every day in this cup. You go through, you hand them this cup. Hey, I got the refill cup. They put coffee in it, they put creamer in it, and you're good to go. So that alone is your $40. I mean, coffee at Starbucks is what, like $2.25 a cup. But if you have this thing, what is that, like $60, $40? That's your $40 right there. So anyway, you can check it out. It's got a little screw trap lid. It's pretty rad. All right, let's talk about what we're going to talk about. It's Monday. I love Mondays. You may not love Mondays. You should totally love Mondays because Mondays are when the world gets back to work. It's so frustrating to me on weekends or after 5 p.m. or even right now, which is why I do coffee videos in the morning because I'm up at 5 a.m. and I want to be calling people, getting work done, but that it just doesn't happen. Same thing on weekends. It just doesn't happen. You want to make contact with a business relationship or you send emails and you don't hear back from them. But when do you hear back from them? You hear back from them on Mondays, hopefully on Mondays, and that's awesome. So I get excited about Mondays because it means all of the stuff that I've done on the weekend, the communications that I've had on the weekend that don't get heard or don't get seen until today. And then I get to know a response on whether I got the deal, I didn't get the deal. Anyway, I love Mondays. For some reason, it's just, they've always been one of my favorites. And one of the research statistics I heard as I was researching, getting excited and pumped up for today, was one that had changed. In 2017, NAR released new numbers on the average or the median. Let me get this right. The median homeowner movership? I don't know. Basically, the amount of time someone owns a home before they sell it. The median amount, the median number. That statistic has changed. So if you are like me, you've always probably thought that number was 8 years. So if you're a new real estate agent and you have not heard this number, this is some wisdom, knowledge dropping on you right now. Remember these numbers and live by them. The number has changed. NAR now says, as of 2015 or 2017, a person will stay and remain in their house for an average of 9 years before they move, which means every 9 years, the person you know and you, on average, will move. This is incredibly important for two reasons. Number one, because as we've been talking about, it means that for some reason or another, we're still a nomadic society. 9 years is not a long time. It really isn't. I mean, I've been living in this house. My wife and I bought this house in 2013. My son was born, yes. So 5 years now, almost 6. And that time went by so fast. I used to think when, 3-4 years was a long time, and thinking about 9 years, that's a long time. But it's not. It goes by very fast. I totally lost my train of thought. But what that means is we are still driven by opportunity. We're still kind of, when something happens, when we get an opportunity to be closer to our grandchildren, when we get an opportunity for a better job, when we get an opportunity to be closer to the beach, or maybe the opportunity to buy the beachfront or lakefront property that we've always wanted, and it's at a lower price and you're getting more land and the opportunity there to buy, we move. And we move. There's probably 100 other reasons why we move. And the idea that we're still nomadic, we travel, just like what we talked about being hunters and gatherers society before that, before we decided to settle, we were traveling with the climate, traveling with the livestock, following our food path, if where things grow, where things don't grow. We were being nomadic to travel as tribes. And then we settled down and rooted and found real estate. Every 9 years we move. That feels a lot like being nomadic. That feels a lot like following the opportunity. And I think that's the common thread, is that since the beginning of humanity, we move based on opportunity or circumstance. And I don't know, that seems pretty interesting to me that we do that. But for you, here is the knowledge. Every tenured agent will tell you, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up again, and then follow up even more. And the reason for that is if the people you meet, the people around you, turn over or move every 8 to 9 years, that means that in 8 to 9 years, if you are the agent on their mind, you're going to be the agent that they enlist to sell or help them purchase their next piece of property. That is important because as a new agent, I was always wanting that quick, are you buying and selling in 6 months? Great, let's get going, let's buy, let's sell, let's get the house on the market, boom, wham, bam, press the easy button, make the money. But that was in 2005. That was when the market was hot, the market was getting hot, the bubble was getting massive and it was about to pop. And that's kind of how you could just roll. But agents that stay in the game for the longest time will tell you the name of the game is follow up. Create your system, an 8-year system, a 10-year system, that once you meet that person at the gas station, once you meet that person at the event or at the holiday party, compile your list, put it in there, and every time you meet someone, you follow up. And for the first, 2 to 3 months, you follow up all the time. Find something of value, find something of intrinsic value on a weekly basis to text someone and say, hey, look, I just found out about this really cool event in your area. Didn't know if you attend or go to that. Just wanted to let you know. Hope you have a great day. Hey, John Smith, I know that you guys commute downtown every morning. Just wanted to let you know I heard that there's a massive accident on this particular interstate, and you're not going to be able to go that way. Take a look at it before you leave. And find something of value. And twice a month, maybe, text them, contact them, reach out to them, and let them know that you're here and you are offering them something of value. And they might think that you are crazy. They might think that you're, annoying. They might be someone like me. When I meet someone, I don't really expect to get, an instant friendship with. It takes a little bit of time. But after that 2 to 3 month time, you're going to become you're going to be tattooed in their brain. And that becomes incredibly important when you start looking at long tail marketing, long tail follow-up. And so you start setting your system to once a month, maybe send them something that's a little bit more about marketing, a little bit more about the housing market, a little bit more about their neighborhood, and just send something once a month that's meaningful. On the holidays, send something that's very meaningful. Even if it's a gift card, if you can afford those types of things. If you're just getting started, maybe it's, invitations to something. Find something of value and that's market driven that reminds them every month that you are a real estate agent, and make sure that you are sending those for the next 8 years, because at some point in time, they are going to sell their house and they are going to buy another house, and you want to be the person that is right there with them when they make that decision to do it. And I'm telling you, if you expect to be a successful agent long term, get your follow-up game on point, because it's how you win in this real estate industry. Here is another interesting little tidbit that I wasn't necessarily aware of. And that is in 2017, last year, only 11% of a total population moved. So 11% of the total population, that seems like not a lot, I think, but we're talking about billions, tens of billions of dollars, probably $100 billion of real estate that moves annually, even on a pseudo slow year. 64%, so more than half of the total people that moved from the house they're living in to a house within their county. They sold a house or moved and purchased a home in the same relative location. So this should amp you up. 64% of all of your marketing contacts, all the people in your client management system, 64% of all the people who are going to move in your county, in your marketing region, are going to move in the same location, meaning you're going to get the double sell on that. My mom always said double pop. You're gonna double. I got a double pop these clients, but it's true. If you market to these people and they decide to sell within that 8-year time frame, chances are you're also going to be their buyer's agent. And it circles back to the whole list to last thing. We could talk about list to last and getting listings. I said that'll be a whole different talk. But for right now, every 8 years, we're still nomadic. We still chase the opportunity. So if the opportunity in your market starts ramping up, if you start seeing that there's an economic change happening in your city, in your region, in your community, if you start seeing that new businesses, big factories, something change, start paying attention to those types of things. Because if you start seeing the opportunity ramp up, then you're going to start seeing those people finding opportunities to buy and sell real estate. And that is when you need to strike when the iron is hot. Anyway, happy Monday. Let's do this again on Tuesday. See you tomorrow.